mind. Love that.
Ooh, we're ready to send it straight into the game already. How are you feeling about these team compositions? Wyoming feeling daring with that
Here.
Viper only controller pick on that side?
Interessante overall, but not having the Viper on bind is of course a preferential choice as we look at it. No, but this is also a choice that they made. But shopping cart decides to engage things right away. There's two people in front of it. Things don't go his way.
You know what? I respect the fact that Wyoming was like, maybe Hartley Hawk's really aggressive on the defense. We don't know. We're going to take a gamble. And in fact, the TP will come through a little late though, and Wyoming seem to think A is a free site for the plant here. We'll initiate that spike. What is that wall?
It's one that I've seen before, but it's usually used to come out of showers and plant by triple. But considering there's a bunch of space, it just allows for just enough cover as we're in a 1v1 against T-Boss, who come around and gets it to half.
What?
He's gonna defuse it.
Oh my god.
Oh, the last final second.
Oh, that was really close. I missed her nearly allowing that defuse to go through, but Wyoming gonna start things off in the exact same position that we saw them in round number 1, anticipating that TP to come through, maybe waiting for Hartley Hawks to push out, but with a little sound being made, they're finally making their way here over towards A short.
The flash you used to at least cover her up, try to go down A short like you were saying, but no one peeking them out. They're gonna have to check the corners so far. They have to check their corners to actually get past T-Boss, but as the wall goes up, they get a couple more seconds try to clear out U-Haul. Yggdrasil moves in, and T-Boss not spotted. The Stinger shots to the body. As Spike has been confirmed, the flash gets his own teammates, but still enough to clear out his main corner. As Goobs moves in, a shot to the dome. The classic, and in the middle of the reload, he gets him. It becomes pandemonium, bro. This is crazy, but all by the end, up against the sheriff, a Stinger is superior.
Damn. Shopping cart pulling some produce off the aisles right now. 1-1 as Hartley Hawks managed to steal away that anti-eco from Wyoming, who will now be onto a bonus round. Starting off in similar positioning, the same kind of vibe, just on the other side of the map this time. And Wyoming thus far here have this tendency to prefer going through like one choke point together, really like to kind of 5-stack swarm, and are always anticipating some sort of aggression from the defenders.
I mean, I was doing this likely from their VOD and preps that they've taken from Wyoming, but as of right now, they see the push come in. The paranoia gets almost all 5, so it slows them down for a couple of seconds in the last 3 position on the side of the Hartley Hawks. At least, look how they're all bunched up. All 5 of them moved in. Shopping cart gets a blind shot through the smoke. A Stinger does not connect this time, as they still look to move, but it'll be towards the other side.
Big TP to come through, and a free site for the taking here for Wyoming as the Hartley Hawks left it completely open thus far. They were really quick to rotate over. Free plant towards triple here. And you see the retake now starting to funnel through as Wyoming set up towards showers in their post plant.
But after the next, they look to find them at least up by heaven. It's a lot of pings, but another whiff shot will cost them the next couple seconds of the round. Wyoming is still holding strong, but that was Boxer sleeve wall baggable and could not set up the flash with the rest of his team. In a 2v3 though, the Hartley Hawks at least have a couple of seconds to try to move in on what is a unorthodox setup, but all 3 will decide to live as Wyoming gets a second.
They're a family, you know, they don't go anywhere without each other on the side of Wyoming. And we're back to this A-side default that we typically see from Wyoming as well, very passive. Now trying to creep their way up towards showers here. Chronicle looking for some contact.
But this is interesting, because this is the exact same side we saw previously in round number 1 as well from Wyoming. They're still doing this. Now last time, it technically worked out, but as of right now, I do wonder about it as nobody has moved on the map. So they're creating anticipation.
They slowed things down a lot compared to last time. I'm very scared for Chronicle here.
Oh, did they check the corner? I believe they should be seeing it. And just barely not able to connect. I believe just one body shot was there, allowing them to at least move in. But a Viper wall does not block bullets, but at least it allows them to move in for the site for the most part. Get the Viper's pit down, and now they have to look to clear out everybody else. The flash is out once again for Yggdrasil. The tree of life gets cut down once again, and now we're looking at 3v3. Shopper caught with another dome shot. Someone's only used the sheriff for most of these rounds, and now we have to look for the retake. The actual concussion doesn't get anybody. The Uno's right on the outside, looks to move in, finds the outline of 2, stops the plant, and now in a 1v1. They should know where he's hiding as well. And they heard the drop down, and the leg gives him away.
1v3 situation there for Wyoming. Now looking at a 3-1. Hartley Hawks back. Actually, they're forced up this time around. This time, I believe, 4 stingers across the board in Wyoming. Actually changing things up a little bit here towards the B side. Last time they went up towards long. This time regrouping here in market. I miss her going to pop the Blade Storm as well. And Hartley Hawks still yet to take that bite on the flank. Okay,
it's the same control push in that we see each time, but the face check at least from Wyoming, works out with Hartley Hawks. A bit of damage goes over to the Cypher if anything, but as far as making contact against 1, moving into the site. Reese only gets 1 here though. The second connect, Shopping Cart stays alive for a couple more seconds and doing the ring around by Jenny. And the reload is what cost him. Shopping Cart gets 1 more with the secondary, but still not enough.
Okay. This play from Wyoming has been working out really well for them so far. The first time that Hartley Hawks does go for that flank really early on does end up getting punished. And Wyoming speeding things up a little bit more towards showers. Last time they played really slow. You're going to have that flashpoint come out. And there goes the Viper's wall.
Just a flash once again. It's a look towards the corner.
It
drops down. You know, I agree. That is my reaction also. As you look towards it, there's still a 4v5. As you look at the side of Wyoming, all behind the wall. But there's one clear path in. The rolling thunder, but it doesn't actually break it. They have to move against them. They're all moving towards the outside. They have one against the corner, but the rest of them down in showers. And it's just gonna be a spray down. They have nowhere else to go. The reloads are abundant as they're running out of bullets with how long each side has been firing. And it's enough, but at least 1 is against them. And a reload again by caught the round, the running shot from Goobs.
This is, I don't think Goobs has it. It's not enough time. A sliver too late. 0.33 seconds allows Wyoming to continue on with the roll they've been on. 6-1 here. And now we're going to see an operator coming out in who I miss her hands. We'll be watching diligently towards long. Spots the cam as well. So that piece of Cypher util and information taken down early.
I am overwhelmed with what has gone on the past couple of rounds. This and once again, these decides unfortunate face check. But we get to a 4v5 once more, but that has not stopped the Hartley Hawks before. The drone will ping out nobody yet, but they should be able to see that they already made it out of the site. The slow orbs against his own teammates, but nobody in the corner as the plant looks to go down.
Spike planted.
Okay, planted towards truck this time around. We're going to see the Hunter's Fury come out. Lands actually Polabo, so a pick off of that equalized 4-4. And as I say that, Hartley Hawks making their way back in.
So another one taken away. Goose using neural theft. Another shot. Goose somehow staying alive after all these tumultuous situations. It gets harder and harder, but somehow he's better than the clutch. Goose gets 3.
Okay. Hartley Hawks looking to stop the bleeding here as they earn their first round since stealing away that anti-eco earlier, and Wyoming electing for a half buy in this situation, more of an eco. Won't quite have the funds, and this is the first time we're seeing them actually make a lot of noise here.
Yeah, it's quite interesting considering how previously he was starting out the round by cutting noise. A nice op shot from Race by Heaven. But the smoke is enough to only give them a slight bit of cover as they look to move over to B.
Yep, fast rotation, but Shopping Cart's still holding this angle. Will look away for the flash and turn back, so that's one pick into their hands, looking for a second. And all of a sudden, Wyoming look like they're falling apart.
Shopping Cart could jump up here too, but he needed his knife out to do that. Sadly, at least the reposition will give them a couple more seconds. They get the res up with the TP in, and it's just enough. This jump shot there as Polibo is stuck. There's a paranoia, and the third is found.
That's tough in that situation, because you're going for the res, and you know, like, on Hartley Hawks, they're going to take that quick TP to try and deny it, right?
Get out of my
And
Of course.
to kick things off, a teleport from A into short, and Wyoming going back to this very quiet hold in attacker side spawn that we typically see from them. Hoping to find a pick for themselves before they start to inch in. Looks like B-Long is going to be the choke point. They haven't sought out that Cypher's camera yet, though, quite yet.
It is interesting that even though they go in usually one person up, how close it makes it as so another's taken away. They find the contact by the TP at least, and I think they're gonna leave. Yeah, like to run away as quickly as that. Cypher's anchored the site, but there's two people just kind of there floating around, and they should be able to match them as look to move in.
Shopping Cart's here, though. Ready for contact, watching towards showers. Viper's Pit expended once again. The spray through will earn Mr. Fireman, but the spike is still looking to be planted. A swing out, though, with the flash. Will deny that pick.
But just making contact plays right now as they're taking every single corner on top of these sites. They know the op is up there. The concussion will slow them down for a couple more seconds. No one's found them yet, but Goose is on this massive flank. No finds him. Yep, that's gone. And another round of the favor at Wyoming. Played much cleaner.
So interesting with how that post plant gets played with the Viper's Pit. Shopping Cart, early paranoia to deny some vision towards market. Actually peeking from Hookah here as well. I miss her looking for that contact, but hasn't swung back out. As I say that, of course Shopping Cart's going to go for it. And first blood into the hand of Hartley Hawks.
That was so aggressive and could have potentially just cost him his life and giving over the B side as well. But that one taking over. Now we'll see on to Reese. Looks to make contact up against 4. Not successful this time. But there is Chronicle also watching the dart's been used previously. But they know the spike is going down. As long as he shoots, it should be enough. But makes it a bait, and Fireman there for the cover for his fellow planter. I'll see a Shopping Cart up on top of Heaven. Dodges the second op shot somehow, but does not manage to deliver his TPs into the corner in front of Fireman, with just Goose left in a 1v3. We've seen him do before, but he can't do it again.
Okay. Now we've got the last round before we swap sides here. Hartley Hawks have been doing well to try and put some rounds into their favor, but Wyoming still holding strong. Their post plants have proven difficult for Hartley Hawks to deal with so far. And I think that with the way both these teams do like to kind of dry swing sometimes, Wyoming always sticking together for the most part. You've got Hartley Hawks who are constantly trying to seek out this team, you know, when they are in that post-plant situation, but then get overwhelmed by numbers. This is the first time we're actually seeing like a full like split attacking side coming out from Wyoming as they push in towards showers and a late push towards short.
Reese once more, same position, shoulder gives him away. He's a bunch of damage, but him surviving is a clutch part about a lot of this. Instead, the aggression will be matched by Hartley Hawks no longer staying towards the back of the site. They decide it's going to have to be about sticking to the corners. And now with them moving against them, it goes down to a 4v3, sees one more. Reese is enough with the Aries. That's my GOAT. Still left for one more. I miss her moves away at, unfortunately, time.
30 seconds left.
They're stuck in hookah, and they're gonna use the ultimate as well to make it a 9-3 half. But for the side of Wyoming, it's only a matter of a second before I miss her falls.
Pulling out the off scoped in here. Sees the shoulder of one, but can't quite land it. Still looking to isolate some players. Going to be stalled out by that fault line. Now the spray down. Will earn one with the shorty. Tailwind up. Will dash up towards short, but no time.
And just left towards the outside, although they know he can't play. It's the last round before the half. And they'll make it 8-4. Wyoming. Now left to their own devices, these next two pistols are going to be crucial for them as they look to move in for now. May playing just contact as 5v5. Don't check the corner. That's one taken by Polio.
Oh,
but
no.
caught in the reload, only good for one. Considering they know that most of the members are now over. At least by hookah, they put up the wall. It's a 2v2 split as you get the orb.
Really interesting toxic screen because it does give the players towards long quite a bit of space to work with to try and get to Cubby on site. But it did seem to be quite just enough to ward Hartley Hawks off. They're actually going to go for a TP towards the A site, which was left open. Are they committing to this rotation?
Yeah, from what it seems like, considering how the Hartley Hawks have decided to move out and check them, and here they see that with nobody being their spike is in front of short, but there is only a misser there who's gonna move into the Sova,
no.
catches
Oh,
him
no.
with his
No.
util out.
What?
He lives!
What?
Somehow
What?
lives, but they barely managed to get Chronicle Gooms good for the trade. And now it's 3v2.
A prime example of how movement does make a difference in gunfights. Naikowo and their Sova will be pushing in towards short on this retake situation. Aldrone does come out though, but with how passive most of Hartley Hawks is playing, they're only going to catch a shopping cart here.
We'll talk about being tagged. There's one more person over by Showers as well who will have to face. And now, as it looks to peek out, won't necessarily even matter, as shopping cart does the most and saves the game.
Shopping cart's going brazy, by the way. 24-8 is all I want to say right now. And
Impressive.
yeah, doing the most, you know. Trying their best. Hartley Hawks moving up towards hookah. Very slow start for them, but looking to pop quite right in with that flash. And Mr. Fireman holding diligently back sight with that Marshall.
Two more women by
Oh,
Jenny.
what?
It'll be a nice one for
Ah!
them. Trying
They
to
didn't know.
knife, but unfortunately no idea. As polio survives. It's almost as though the real disease is just that resilient and gets another. With one more left, it's gonna be Chronicle. We'll see how you can brandish his own story. Naiko will gone 2v1, but the spike is defused
Wait!
meantime. I
Man,
didn't take that in.
that's tough though because Chronicle was trying to get around, was just waiting for that person towards CT. So good on Wyoming for buying that time, right? And now they're going to be able to buy up. Hartley Hawks will be on that eco round here, and they're still moving towards the B side, taking mostly hookah control to kick things off, try and use that favor with the short range.
It's just shots traded, if anything, but at least the Cypher Cage will give them a couple more seconds where they eventually decide to move away. And it'll be similar rotation once again, moving S5 towards A. We see the breaches moved over here as well, but nobody else caught for now.
They're just walking up towards short. However, that cam's going to give a lot of info away. They're just running up. Naikowo playing it quiet. No, wait!
Contact moves
What?
one, gets two, catches him in the middle.
Stop!
As
What,
well.
the spray?
4K for him, and the spray transfer is gorgeous.
Looking for the ace here.
Naiko coming back in a huge way. That's the ace.
Okay. What a way to get that double-digit round on the board here for Wyoming, right? And Hartley Hawks struggling still with their money. Do have eco weapons in hand there. And secondaries at their side. Now looking for an A split this time around. Taking space pretty late. Just still waiting to see if Wyoming maybe might teleport over and whatnot. They like to creep up very quietly, just play contact, not throw utility right off the bat.
You're right, because we've seen it a lot. It's either these very slow pushes in, or they decide, at least this time, these 2v2s or 3v2s, or what works out. Viper's Pit there once more, in a really classic spot, I think done previously. But it's not enough cover to stop them from getting sprayed down. Shopping cart at least gets his, but he has to look and check the corners.
My god!
Just the swing shot lands on the Dome of Chronicle. And I'll find
Shopping
one
cart?
more. Shopping cart at 2v3.
Shopping cart?
If he gets this, it could do it. It's not
The Bucky.
enough. There's a Bucky to the side. He pops out. And Polio clutches the round.
11-5 here, and 1 way from match point on the side of Wyoming. Hartley Hawks finally have essentially a full buy on the board for themselves. And on this one, they're going to go back towards the B side, elect to take mostly B long, but first blood into the hands of Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil gets taken down. Up against for counterpart, so no real anchor on the site for now as I see one moving I miss her. This was the back of the site with the Marshall. The swing, doesn't work out. I too am in pain, Ash. The Hardest Fury at least is just enough to usher them on top of the site. But that's somewhat it. They're looking to knife the wall?
They're
And
chasing down at this point. What a
Shot.
one tap.
And exactly that. They'll all get chased down. Shopping cart left. Maybe he gets a one here. Yes, he does.
This is the player you want in the clutch situation, though. In a 1v2, well, technically, actually, before that, it was like a 1v4, 1v3. Does still have to get that spike, but you can see Shopping Cart gonna go over all the way towards the A site. Use the ultimate here from the shadows to pick up the spike and then just TP back over. This does allow a res to come through and bring back Yggdrasil. They're gonna fake TP now. Okay, it's just mind games on mind games at this point. But with no time left, we'll have to finally secure that plant. But they also only have a Guardian. You can't go for sprays here. You have to be precise with your one taps.
Consider no smokes just set up right now either. So Shopping cart is right under the open. He's caught himself in top of the corner. One TP in the paranoia still. So pretty much everything available. But I would like at least for one cover setup there if they can possibly find it. But Yggdrasil over Hookah and right on top of the Omen.
That's tough. Now match point here for Wyoming. And they did really well on that retake too. They had a player coming from every single angle, which is a big risk. But in this situation, it panned out very well for them. Now Hartley Hawks making the move back towards the B long area, except all 5 players will be there this time.
Rolling Thunder there to find one, but I don't have to just check the corner the second, but Polio almost gets that. They're all have to find all of them. Center towards the back of the side. I miss her taken down. Cannot be out in the open like that, unfortunately. They'll be down to a 3v2 between Wyoming and the Hartley Hawks. Spikes are all planted. The Viper TP's over. Have a couple of seconds to see if they can possibly try to bring this back as the op shot will garner nothing. And the Hartley Hawks should be able to stay alive for another round.
Okay. We don't know. Naikoa could clutch this up. I say that, but Shopping Cart will secure that 4th one on the board. 6-12. Now we go back into still this scary match point situation for Hartley Hawks. And they're actually going to move back towards the A site. Really interesting how we're actually seeing on Hartley's side that Reese is going to be playing a quick rotation here in spawn. But otherwise, everything's still pretty standard for both teams.
This is fun because it's a similar stuff that we've seen before, but somehow these it wasn't even a jumpy kind of just.
Oh, they're faking.
Slide it to the left. And a fake indeed. So I'm moving his fire, but I miss her. Has the dash out. Can he get the second? But at least he survives the most clutch part. The repeat, and it gets concussed to set up a word from heaven. Works out beautifully. And now we'll see the rest of them come in. All get cornered by Short. and Wyoming only to get one more.
Oh,
Take
no,
them
this
all
is so
out.
mean.
The Hartley Beauty stuff.
Wait,
The
they're
Flash
Flash.
connects onto his own teammate. This is it.